Hello, Nugget Studio. Today we are discussing the Las Vegas Grand Prix. And yeah, I haven't talked to y'all in 3 Grand Prix. Sorry. Racing Rundown with Lex has been on a bit of a hiatus since I have been busy and unmotivated, frankly. But make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the button if you please, and turn on all notifications to your numbers I upload. I will be most definitely uploading for Qatar and for Abu Dhabi to end out the 2025 season. But make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the button if you please. Okay, roll the intro. Like I said in the intro, if you are like brand new here, hi, this is First Right On. I'm Lex, but typically I upload every single Grand Prix. That didn't happen because I was busy, and I also just. It's a long story. I'll talk about it for another day. But like I said, we were in Las Vegas. The first Grand Prix here was held in 2023, but technically it was held in 1981, 1982, and it was set as the season finale. This track looks like an upside down pig, in my personal opinion. There are 50 laps in the Grand Prix, and the circuit length is 6.201 kilometers long, and the lap record is held by Oscar Piastri with a 135.490. Since last time I spoke to y'all, news in F1 would be that there was a double Ferrari DNF last race, which basically means there wasn't really any shot for Charles to win the championship, but now there's just like truly no chance of him even being in contention. As well as Charles Leclerc got engaged to his not really long time, like 3-year long girlfriend, Alexandra St. Malo, however you say her last name. Congratulations to them. It was a very beautiful proposal. And yeah, let's get to this Grand Prix. So, in the current, in San Diego where I live, as well as in Las Vegas, it's been very rainy over the past few weeks, which meant that it's cold, it's rainy, meaning there's low grip. And in free practice 1, mixed with the low grip, Pierre Gasly took a spin in turn 12. There was a radio message saying there was like a rock in Isaac Hadjar's car. Lando got really, really close to the wall. Lando goes into the runoff at turn 17, and Carlos was dragging, like you could see the sparks flying along the Las Vegas Strip, and Alex Albon has a lockup in turn 17. In free practice 2, Lewis had to swerve around Nico Hulkenberg. Oliver Burman had a double front lockup and goes into the runoff at turn 14. There was a yellow flag, and because Charles went deep on turn 9, it was either a suspension lock or something. He just couldn't turn his wheels, like literally just went straight on. Red flag, possible loose manhole cover in front of turn 17, which really gave me just like nostalgia from 2023, the first Grand Prix here, because Carlos Sainz brought up a manhole cover and it like halted. It must have been FP2 as well. For like, it may have ended the entire session. I forget. I just remember it being like a really long session. Either way. And then once they restarted, there wasn't really much news besides at the very end, Leclerc went so far off that he wasn't even on the track at that point. He was just like in the scenery. In free practice 3, it was raining earlier in the day, meaning that the track was very wet. Most of the people were on intermediates. Lando has a slide on turn 15. Alex Albon goes into the runoff. Liam Lawson, like, something flew off his car. Some carbon fiber, I don't know. McLarens were the first to go onto slick tires, and Lewis Hamilton almost goes into the rear of Liam Lawson. and Gabriel Bortoleto locks up on turn 14. Okay, in qualifying, Q1, raining. Like, not like torrential downpour or anything like that, but like substantial rain. And so most people started on inners with a few on wets, and then once the actual session started, Lando goes into the escape road on turn 14, and then like I would say probably like 15 minutes into the session, pretty much everyone went onto wets. Charles goes deep. Like Ollie literally like rolled into the wall at turn 15 runoff. What happened there, I don't know, but then there was a yellow flag at 14 because Alex Albon hit the wall. His front wing was completely smashed, like the left half of it just like yeah, he smacked the wall and then kind of just like wiggled and then hit the wing even more. And due to that, the Q1 ended and Lewis Hamilton placed P20. Q2, Charles gliding over the turns. Franco Colapinto has a big save in turn 15, and Gasly goes into third. And in Q3, Leclerc goes into the runoff, but not into the wall. Lando achieves pole, and once they told him he got pole, he like on the radio he goes, "Oh, so no one else got a lap in?" Like he didn't even think he got pole. It was a weird quali. I mean, wet qualies are always entertaining, but okay, in the Grand Prix. So the Grand Prix starts, all lights go out. All the lights go out, and Lando goes wide, allowing Max Verstappen to go into the lead, and George Russell follows suit and takes P2, leaving Lando down 2 spots. And then yellow flag because Gabriel Bortoleto hit Lance Stroll. And then Kimi Antonelli got a 5-second penalty for a false start, meaning that he started before all of the lights went out. And then Lawson had damage due to Oscar Piastri and Liam Lawson having tire-to-tire contact, and then like 2 laps later, Lawson fully like had damage. I don't think it was exactly from that, but I'm sure it was something to do with that. Lewis Hamilton has contact with the wall. Alex hit Lewis, and then Alex, like something flew off Alex's car, and Lando was able to get in front of George, but he was having some issue with the car and was told to lift and coast, which basically helps with braking and with the tires. And more importantly, Max Verstappen wins the race. Everything's great, okay? After it is announced that there is a double disqualification for the McLaren cars. Fun, just so lovely. It was some mechanical issue of why it was a double DSQ, but sorry. Okay. They were disqualified from the Las Vegas Grand Prix because of illegal plank wear, meaning, so the F1 rulebook states that the thickness of the planks underneath the car must be no more than 9 millimeters, and both the McLaren cars were found to be below that on the Saturday night's race. So, yeah, this basically leaves it to being Lando Norris in P1 of the championship with, let me look. Here we go. Lando's in P1 with 390 points, and Oscar Piastri is in P2 with 366, but Max Verstappen is in P3 with 366 points as well. So in Qatar, there is also a sprint race, meaning that if Max doesn't beat Oscar, he's in P2 of the championship. And in theory, if Max is able to even like if he wins the sprint and wins the race, he's in front of Lando, period, of the championship. And it's like, it's kind of crazy because no one would have expected Max to like genuinely be a contender this season, and then comes around today and it's like, oh, Max like fully is a contender for the 2025 champion. And honestly, I'd be kind of here for Max winning. Just me. I don't know, don't get me wrong, Lando is my favorite driver, but like, I feel like it would have just, it's like such a great like underdog story, like especially after his drive in Interlagos or Sao Paulo, where he literally went from the pit lane to the podium. Like, I don't know, I feel like like literally the title of my last video was like, can't count on Max. Like, he's so incredibly talented, and so I don't know, you can't count out Max Verstappen because he's Max Verstappen at the end of the day. But yeah. Oh, fuck. Sorry. But yeah. How are we feeling? How do you guys feel? I feel like, I mean, like, truly, I have no idea how the season's gonna end. Like, typically, I have lots of opinions on how the season will go. I'm at the point where I just have no idea. Because it could be like, it could just be like a McLaren clearing and like, boom, Max is done, no one cares, like, whatever. But then it's also possible that, like, I mean, we could see Max win his 5th championship this year. Which is kind of crazy because, like I said, no one would have expected that. I don't know, I'm kind of just rambling now, but I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the share button if you please, and turn on notifications so you never miss my upload. Like I said, I most definitely will be uploading for Qatar and Abu Dhabi. I promise. Sorry about Sao Paulo and Mexico, but shit happens. Okay, I love you all. Make decisions and roll the outro.